Good Sunday morning. Anyway, I thought I'd do a strange video today, a bit of a strange one. Side note, if you know, the ryegrass is growing. But anyway, I was born in 81, obviously grew up in the 90s, 80s, but I can really remember the 90s. Anyway, lately all these kind of nostalgic videos, like Dad, what were the 90s like, or those type of things have been popping up on my newsfeed. So I'm going to play these right now. It goes for about a minute and a half. Just stick through it if you can. I'll come back at the end and explain why.
Yo, bro, welcome back to the 90s. How's 2025 treating you?
Our social network is AOL and MSN Messenger. Connecting to chat is more exciting than any social media app in 2025.
We're not gaming on phones. We're playing real arcade games. Street Fighter, Pac-Man. You ever play those in 2025? No swiping through news, no app notifications, just friends on TV that everyone's watching.
We don't have TikTok. Memories are saved slowly through photos and CDs.
Chilling at the mall with friends is how we socialize. No texting, no DMs, just good old-fashioned hanging out.
The best times are riding skateboards down the street, pulling off crazy tricks, and getting cheers. So, you want to stay in the 90s or head back to 2025?
Now, my wife and I were having a joke the other day. I think she thinks I've got an old soul, I suppose, because I resonate more with people over the age of probably 50 than under. I don't know why. I'm the oldest of 4 kids, and I don't know, maybe I grew up a bit differently. I mean, obviously I grew up without social media, without the smartphone, so I can still remember. I'm probably like the most of my analytics says most of you are over the age of 50 to 70, so you can all remember with me not having a phone and what it was like to communicate. Like that video you just watched with kids growing up, you learned imagination wasn't here, it wasn't in the phone. And I know the irony, I'm now talking to a phone, we're all watching it, but I suppose the point of this video is I felt like I grew up without the internet and then started to learn the internet in my early 20s, I suppose. But I knew I could put the phone down, put the mouse down, or the dial-up internet. We all remember dialing up the internet, right? All that kind of crap. We put that down, we went on with our lives. We didn't carry this in our pocket with us, right? Once again, I know I'm talking on the phone, you're probably watching this on the phone with the internet, I get it. But my point is, I still remember a time where I could handle the world without the internet. And I wonder now what's going to happen with these teenagers and early 20s kids, who probably even maybe getting to pushing 30 now. Their whole life is based around it, right? So is that going to pay dividends in the wrong end when they get into their 40s and 50s? And I don't know, it just kind of makes me wonder every time I watch these videos of, Dad or Mum, what were the 90s like? And they're positive and they're upbeat. And then you kind of put some photos here, like you just feel like, this seems to be the new modern day kind of vibe we're getting with people who grew up with too much internet. I don't know, like I remember not being enraged by the internet, right? I remember being intrigued by the internet, not enraged. Now it's flipped. People aren't intrigued by the internet, they go to the internet to get enraged. They go to there to get indoctrinated with weird shit, politically, socially, shit like that, social structures, and you kind of end up with things like this, like, no disrespect, if that's what you want to look like, that's fine, but what happened, and I honestly believe with Albanese or Annika Wells, if she can get out of her, air conditioning car that's been sitting there for 9 hours, but, have we not learned that sometimes people have to make a mistake themselves to learn from it? By taking shit away, right, like social media bans, in my opinion, I don't think it's hiding the problem, like kids will say, they'll find another way to get on the internet, right, but I don't understand in this generation right now, like I grew up with rules at home and on the streets, so to speak. Now people can choose which rules they want to follow at home or on the streets. And I suppose going back to the videos, yes, there was things wrong back in the 90s and the early 2000s and the 80s, but I don't know, like I just miss these videos, and I'm addicted to watching them because my wife and I kind of look at them and go, oh, I remember that. I do remember that. But I tell you what, I'm going to do another video today. If you remember Agro's Cartoon Connection, oh, some of the stuff that was said on there, oh my God, it went over my head because I was too young, but watching it now, I can understand why Mum and Dad were laughing in the background. Anyway, have a great Sunday. It's pouring down rain here. Anyway, yeah, thanks very much for watching the video, and I'll talk to you guys next video.
I met you in the summer, to my heartbeat sound. We fell in love as the leaves turn brown, and we could be together, babe, as long as skies are blue. Yeah.
Bonus. I'm sitting here just editing this video, and I just want to say something. Why did I grow up in my version what I think is normal? I don't get it. I grew up normal. No disrespect if you didn't. My point being normal mentality. Like, I grew up respecting the law. I grew up understanding the law. I grew up knowing what right versus wrong is. And I've done some wrong things in my life. We all have. But I haven't gone out there and stolen a car and graffitied trains and shit. Anyway, my point to this right now is, like, you get nostalgic watching stuff like that, and you realise things were, in my opinion, were better back then because they were lesser. And lesser, I mean, like, did you notice one thing watching those videos? No one was holding a phone. There was one person probably holding that old camera, and everybody could be themselves, which means, and the irony, yes, I know I'm holding a phone talking to it, but the irony means you had both your hands free and your mind free to be yourself. But now, totally different. And when I put that photo up of Albanese, it was just a bit of an inside joke for us all. But anyway, you know, the irony that clown and his staff are trying to tell us how to grow up now. Please. Talk to you guys later.